So once you open Tableau, you will actually see this will be the first screen you will see once you open the Tableau. So there are a few sample data sets over here. We can use this one, but I want to show you how you can bring in your own data into the Tableau. And we will actually use the sample data, which I have already downloaded from Tableau website. So if you want to import a data file which is in Excel format, by Excel, it should have an ending extension XLSX, or it should have an extension in the end, say XLX or XLSX. So if you have the Excel file, you can actually import into Tableau. If you have text file, which is CSV file, you can also import that in, but then you should use this option. So my current file is, I believe, is actually Excel file. So let me go and click here and open. So this is my sample data. This is called Global Superstore Orders. And once I double click, it will import in here. I have two worksheets in this Excel file. So I can actually go in there and show you. So this is my Excel file, which I was showing you, the XLS file. So it has two worksheets. This is the main worksheet, which has the order data. And this is the worksheet with people data, which you guys can see here. So these are the two worksheets. So I have to bring in the order data. So once I pick it up and drag it over here, this will start populating. So it's downloading or it's loading the data into Tableau. It may take few seconds. So this shows exactly just what our Excel file looks like. The good thing about here, we can see all the fields in this worksheet, orders worksheet, in this file. And we can see here, we are seeing first 1,000 rows. The data can be even longer than this one. And we can also see the headers in our data set. If we have headers, Tableau will actually take the headers. Otherwise, it will take empty places here, and we have to give our own header names. So the first column is row ID. The second is order ID. And this little sign shows me like this is a numeric. This ABC on top shows me the type, which is string. This one shows this is a date. So once we were doing access work, I remember I say every column has a data type. So the same concept apply here. Every column has its own data type. This is a numeric data type or an integer data type. This is a string or text data type because they are text and they are strings and numbers together. So this is Tableau is saying this is a string, this is a text data type. This is an order, this is a date data type because Tableau can assess this is not a normal number or a text, this is a date format. Same thing, Tableau can actually see here that this is something postal code. This is something with geographic location. Tableau is smart enough that it can actually assess this number as a zip code or postal code. Same thing, Tableau shows her like this is a city and this is also a region, but Tableau is unable to understand that this is a region. And we can actually change. So here, this has been imported as a text variable, But here we can fix our data a little bit if it's imported wrong, and we can change this into regional observation, and we can make it country or region. So for example, we can change this into this one. So this one, well, we tried to, yeah, so this one is fixed. We have made this a different kind of a data type. Well, just hold a second. I'll actually, all right. So this is again a region, but it's better to keep this as a string, because these regions may have, like USCA may not actually have a real region in the world, or they have the database administrator or the person who made LATM. So this is a short form for a region, but it's better to keep it in this way. We can still work with this. Similarly, so these are numbers, which is good. This is number 2. This is actually, this is string, which is good. So all others are actually doing pretty good. Yeah, so these are numbers too. So we can our data looks like this. We can also sort data. For example, we can actually sort by sales. So this is the minimum to the highest. We sorted all our data based from here. So this is just pre-processing. So in data science or data analytics, the first step is to pre-process the data. We are just pre-processing the data. So this is one data sheet or one table. We can actually bring in another data sheet and a table and join with this one to bring more information and to make a bigger table. In chapter 6 of our textbook and in last week, I have explained that we can actually make bigger tables by joining different tables. So I'm going to import one more data type, and I will go here, add, and I will this time bring in Excel file. So I will place both of these files online. So this file, Global Superstore Returns, this is an Excel, this is a text file. This looks like an Excel format, but this actually, Excel can read this, but this is written in a text format, which is CSV format. So it's a comma separated file. So comma separated file is like each value is separated by a comma instead of Excel cell. And this is written, it takes much less space, and it's mostly written by online databases, a CSV file. So I will open this, and once I bring in the second file, return file, it has only one worksheet inside, and this worksheet looks like this, and it makes a join here. So this is my first file, and this is my second file. And there is a nice looking join in between these two. We explained in our previous video, I have explained that the join can only possible when there's a matching column between two tables. So this is one table and this is another table. And join can be only possible when there is a foreign key in this table, which can be a primary key in this table. So then combining those two, there can be exact match, which can make the join. So let's see what is the join. So here we can see there are different kinds of join. There's an inner join, there's a left join, right join, outer join. Inner join is a type of a join which says on order ID. So this is the key. This is the key in this table. The first table, this is the order ID is a unique primary key. In global super returns, it's not a primary key here, but it's a foreign key here. And we are saying when order ID matches to the order ID in the returns table, make a join. And then there is an inner join. So there can be few values in orders table which actually don't exist in here because all orders are not returned. So this table has only the orders, order ID, and region, and returned yes, only yes. So there are no no's, which means this table is only for those orders which are returned. So this table will not have all the orders. This is only returned order. And by inner join, it means that match the order ID from this table with the order ID of this table, and whatever is common between these two tables should be here. So whatever is the common is the union of these two should be here. And this is on us based on our need. So I can show you the tables coming from this table. The columns coming from this table are actually here. So this is the order ID, and it shows a global superstore return. So global superstore return. So this is the first column coming from here, and this is the second column, region global superstore return. And there must be a third column which says return yes. So yeah, the first column returned yes. So all of these are yes. This has actually shortened our data set a lot. This has really shortened our data set because now we are only working on return data. Yes, if this is the goal, we can use it. We can also use something like a left join. So a left join would be all orders from this table, orders table, everything, and then also bring the orders which have similar ID when they're returned. So there will be a lot of nulls here because these orders were never returned. So this null meaning return equal to no, and this is equal to yes. So this is coming from this table. So order ID matches to the order ID, and it brings in 1. So this left thing shows, okay, there are many orders which are not returned, and this is the full data set. If you just do this, it brings no nulls here, but this is just the return data set. However, if you do a right join, which will be return equal to yes, but there can be no orders which are returned and which are not in here. So we will get same thing for inner and right join. And outer full will be actually same thing like a left join. So for this example, I'm going to use a left join. And the benefit of using the left join is that I have all my orders from all the time. Either they're returned or not, but a return equal to null is actually showing me that the order is not returned. So I can fill this null value later on with no. So there will be two cases in this column, yes and no. All right, so once I have made my data set, I have pre-processes, I have learned more about my data set, I can actually close this and go to press sheet 1. So there is an option, there's a thing called sheet 1. You'll press this. In sheet 1, you can see all the variable names here. So these are the same variable names, and they have been split into two main categories. There's dimensions and there are measures. So measures are numeric in nature, whereas dimensions are categorical. So what does that mean? Categorical means any column which is continuous, which is discrete, like cities. So any column which has city names will come under dimensions. Order ID is discrete. It will come under dimensions. So in data science, this is very common word that any column is, for example, this column, ship mode, it can be, it has different, it has maybe 2 or 3 types of values in it. There's a standard class, there's a first class, there's a second class, or maybe same day. So this is the shipping mode, or you can say shipping speed. So it's like first class, like quickly, second class is like same day shipping, or no shipping speed, standard. So this is the shipping speed, and we can actually say that, we can actually say that this is a dimension. This column is showing a dimension. This is not a continuous column. This has very discrete values, categorical values. Whereas if we go here on profits, this is very continuous. So this is showing us numeric values with continuous numbers, and this is not discrete. These cannot be separated easily into categories. For example, if I ask you make categories of profit, so there can be hundreds of thousands of categories of profits because these are just numbers. But if I ask you make categories of countries, you can say, okay, 120 or 200 countries, or regions. You can say there are 5 regions. And same thing applies for categories, like this is a category of the item. It can be easily broken down into 20, 30, 40, like countable categories. So all these are dimensions. All these are dimensions, and these are measures. These are 2 different things. So make sure, if anytime you import a data set, sometime Tableau actually put things in the wrong place. For example, sometime something is a dimension, it actually puts that in here, and sometimes measure is in this section. So we can actually take it and put it in here. So we can drag and drop in different columns. So this is how Tableau looks like. We can do, so there are rows and columns, and everything, whatever we do here will be shown here. So Tableau is a visualization tool. It helps us to visualize the data. And it helps us, once we can visualize the data, we can actually understand it better. We can interpret it better. So this visualization tool helps us to understand and interpret the data. So let's do a few things here. Let's do, if you have to understand the orders, let's see how many orders are, what kind of orders are short. So there are 3 main categories. So when I double clicked, this went to the rows automatically. Dimensions are usually in this color, the blue color. If I bring in quantities, it drops it here. So I double clicked it, it dropped it over here. I can also drop it over here. So once it dropped here, so once I double clicked, it went here. So it's showing as a table. So this is a table view, and we can actually change this into a bar chart just by a bar chart. And once I take this out, or let me just remove this one more time. So, and also remove this. So just to give you an idea how Tableau works, if I bring this one, a category in rows column, it shows me 3 different categories because those are the 3 different things. And now there is a field called number of records. So if I bring this over here, it shows me number of records. So this field, the first one has, there are 9,000 orders. There are 9,800 orders with furniture. There are 31,000 orders with office supplies. There are 10,000 orders with technology. So this is my measure. This is my dimension, and this is right now showing as a bar chart. I can flip this chart like this too. So this button can flip the chart. I can also sort the chart. I can also make this as a table. So once I click this area, so here, so this one actually changes into a table. I can go back to the bar chart. So this is one level of analysis. I can further break down my category into subcategories, or I break down my category into subcategories, and I double clicked on subcategories. So furniture can be further broken down into showcase, chair, furniture, tables. Same thing, office supplies can be broken down into all these different subcategories. Now, I can actually see that this is my bar chart. We can actually make this like sometime like this. I can also sort them. Moreover, I can also put my subcategories into different colors. So once I picked up my subcategory and I have dropped it over the color. So this will do subcategory based on colors. If I have to further analyze or break down my data, I can actually further break down the data by region. So now what's happening is for each region, so these are all the regions, Canada, Caribbean, all this region. This is my category furniture. Within this, there is a table subcategory, and I can see this. This region has each and every one of highest. Central America has the highest number of records, so which means highest number of orders. If I want to remove one of the things, for example, if I want to remove subcategory, this looks like this. Now, subcategory is just in colors. It's not here. So subcategory is in different colors. So furniture has only four different subcategories, but this one has a lot more subcategories, and it's just here. I can also remove subcategories from here. Now it just becomes one color blue. So here, through this, we can actually visualize the data. The good thing about Tableau, it's very easy to use. It's just drag and drop, but you have to understand how these dimensions and measures actually work. Okay, so clear shelf, I'll just clear all this. We can do, now we can do many different things. So I will try to bring in, I want to see, okay, where are my orders coming from? For example, I want to bring longitude and latitude, okay? So I can also order ID. So it just breaks down in different order IDs, which we don't need right now. Okay, I'll remove all this, but just to give you an overview, for example, if I remove this one too, for now, I want to check which country has the highest orders. So all these countries are getting orders. So right now I have longitude and latitude. So for each country, it can actually see the zip code and generate all this. So from each country of the world, we have some orders, and we can see that either these are coming from either the zip code or the country name, but we can see that it's coming all over the world. Trying to bring, how How about if I just remove this one and also remove this one? Okay. So we have all the countries here. So I have put number of records here and I have put countries here. We can sort this or we can sort this. Okay, now the highest number of orders are coming from this country. And this is, the second one is coming from Australia, France, and all these. So this is pretty good. And I want to see how does the country and okay, so just remove this. So I want to see one more thing that how does the return thing work? So as I told you, there is a variable called returned coming from the other table. Yes means the return was done. This is the total order. So from here to here is the total, and this small part is the yes. And I can see that the highest are also coming from US because the highest number of orders are from US. So it makes sense that highest of the orders are also coming from US. All right, so another thing, I think these are the few things you can start working on. So this is just the basics. All right, so uh, so what we did here is number of orders. So number of orders, you should also note this in Tableau. Every measure is done as a sum. So Tableau does not take one value, it takes the sum of values. So always think like Tableau will sum up. It will add all the values. So this is the time series of all the orders. So in 2012, it was this, and then number of orders in this quarter dropped, and then it again increased, it dropped, increased again. So you can actually see that in every year in the end, the orders increase until the year end. And then when a new year starts, it starts again from a new year. So it's a new year, you start counting again, and then you start increasing, and in the next year you actually have a higher number of orders, more number as compared to the previous year. So there is a steady increase in number of orders from one year to another. So I have removed the number of orders. I'm trying to remove and just putting the profits here. So there is a steady increase in profits too from one year to another. So if you see that in, I just changed here, what I did here, we can actually change measures into different things. So we were doing sum, but I can change this measure to average in that month. So this one, this value is showing me average sales in this quarter. So average sale in the first quarter, 2012, second quarter sales, average sales in the third quarter, fourth quarter. So I can see that the average sales are going up, down, and then in the fourth quarter, they go up, then average sales drop again, because this is a new year, people don't really buy a lot in the beginning. It drops a lot in quarter number 2, it start increasing. Quarter 4, it gets here. Okay, and then quarter 1 is pretty good for this year, but then it drops. So I just pressed here, and I pressed here to see a month view. So it's showing me a monthly view from 2012 to 2014. So this is a daily view. So I'm just making it more detailed. This is a weekly view, and it's showing me like something happened in 2012 March 11. This week is every sales are like really crazy. So this really shows me that something, I cannot see this in the bigger picture. It's really hard to see this here in the quarter view. But if I'm keep pressing this down here, the plus sign or this one, it breaks down to this. So these are the weeks. So in this week of March 11th, there was a huge sales for some reason. There was a weekend or something. So we can see this is like something. March 17th was the exact day when there was an average sale of 1300, and this has not happened anytime. So this is pretty interesting. All right, so this is the basic introduction of Tableau, and this is the some basic knowledge of Tableau. So I would suggest you guys to keep working on it, learn more about Tableau, watch all the videos. I will place these two data sets online so you can download these two data sets and start practicing on Tableau. I will give you project data very soon, so you will have at least a month to work on your project and do your best to analyze the data, visualize the data, bring some new insights from the data, and explain it in a report. All right, thank you so much.